live. The other one was sideways for some reason. What's going on, guys? Let me know if you got a notification. If you hear this, do you see this? Are you here? Leave a comment once you're here. Yeah, that was weird. It was broadcasting the screen sideways, which was weird. There's some 4-mag, or those are 8-mag war bags right there. I've got a couple multicam. I've got a couple in woodland. Those are multicam black, purple thread medium close bags. I have 2-quart canteen covers in multicam. I have 6x6 zippered utilities with flat pockets. I have toxic green zippered knife pouches. I have Tropic, multicam Tropic zippered knife pouches. Belt slide holsters, the first of the 6x12s. These are Velcro walled, both walls inside for the mystery bags. Put them wherever you want them, really. And then we did a batch of large mesh pockets in multicam. On the floor, I have no idea what's running. Looks like we are running black, pink, 2 points, maybe convertibles. We have, I think there's 48. What are these, though? That's a subload. We're running 48 Rallymans, multicam Rallymans. I think these are, oh, those are those 6x12s also. We're running a lot of 6x12s. And more money pouches, Rallymans, L-Pack, 6x12s in Highlander, 6x12s in multicam black, red vehicle med bags. We just did black CQB subloads are finishing up. These are available to ship tomorrow morning. We got a bunch more coming too. Taka, how are you, man? Michael Sparks, what's up, Michael? Seaside 54. Dietrich, what's up? AJ, Byron Roberts, what's going on, guys? Squeak, squeak, squeak. Have you seen my garfish? I need a stuffed Garfield cat, like a big fat orange cat with big bulging eyes, like Garfield. When you see one in town, just run him over, throw him in the car. We'll have him taxidermy. Yeah, a real one, a taxidermy one.
Oh, I thought you meant a stuffed animal.
No, like an actual taxidermy Garfield cat.
I was like, well, that's kind of weird, but okay.
What's up? How are we? What's going on? What happened today? The government released a bunch of messages that they want us to believe are from the shooter. Okay, first of all, does anybody believe that those messages between the shooter and his boyfriend are real? Like, do we believe that? Maybe they are. Maybe your government, for once, for the first time, they have told you the truth about something. Afternoon, John Crew. Long time no talk. Burning the late night oils. Good, Kyle. What have you been doing, man? What do you? I hope you're fucking moving forward. Whatever it is you've been doing. Hope things are good for you, man. That was an AI conversation. Yeah. What did you call my love? My love. Have I ever called you my love?
No.
Do we have a Nashville shooter manifesto yet? That's good. They supposedly did release it. I think it was finally out there. But who knows, right? Have you seen Buzz Aldrin say that he never went to the moon? I'm glad I found this channel. At least you're discussing truth and not sheep. I have sheep. I actually had a sheep. Amanda's like, hey, there's something white out in the backyard that's dead in the back field. It looks dead. So I go out there and I'm like, that looks like a dog. I don't have a white dog out there right now, though. The white dog's up there. So I go out and we got a sheep and it's down and it's dead and it's bloated. And I turn him over. It's a big one of the rams. Turn him over. And flies come pouring out of this hole. It's a fucking bullet hole. The boys were out there last Friday shooting. And I remember saying, I go, hey, because Cody got a new suppressor. And I said, hey, be cognizant of the angle that I go, don't shoot at this angle because they'll ricochet off and the sheep are over there. Shoot straight on. And one of those bullets must have come off of that plate and hit that fucking ram. The thing is, I was out there Saturday morning and Sunday, and that ram was not dead. Like, it must have just taken him a couple days to pass from it. But sure as shit, man. And we've never had that happen. Like, the sheep are usually, when gunfire starts, they usually take off. But recently, they'll stand around, you know, kind of close. Well, not close, but on like the other side of the pond. But one of those, and I'll bet it's the that 300 blackout, right? It's traveling slow enough that it deflected off rather than, you know, fragmenting. But it killed one of those sheep. Some people are anticipating a brief drop in silver and gold prices tomorrow after Fed rate cuts. Possible good. How much are we thinking they're going to go down, though? The real answer is, like, are you buying it hoping to make money, or you're thinking, man, I really wish I owned some gold or some silver? Man, get it, right? Like, there's always going to be some better time that we're waiting for. We had a kid that worked here, and he always talked about wanting a suppressor. Like all the time, suppressor. And they're going to take them off the NFA list, so I'm just waiting. I'm going to wait and not have to pay the $200 tax stamp. And I'm like, bro, I've known you for like 2 years now, and you always talk about this suppressor that you don't have. Why don't you just get the suppressor? Well, I don't want to pay the $200. I'm like, dude, you're going to pay like $1,600. It might have even been a Surefire he was talking about. You're going to pay like $3,000 for the suppressor. Get the thing and just be done with it. You'll be so stoked that you have this thing. You know, he still doesn't have a suppressor. And they didn't take him off the list. They didn't take the $200 tax stamp, still there, right? I'm pretty sure Cody said he paid $200. I'm pretty sure you're still paying the tax stamp. But the kid talking about the fucking thing still doesn't have it. Alucard? What's Alucard? At 200 yards, 300 blackout would be less effective. Yeah, absolutely. They're just super quiet with a suppressor. Long-term hold for you. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna buy some anyways, right? And you're already at peace with spending that money to get those precious metals, then by all means, man, go get them this weekend or whenever the Fed, you know, drops the rate. If that happens and they dip a little, then more power to you. Most people talking about buying stuff when it dips, though, they're buying so little it just doesn't matter, right? Making sawdust and money in the... Oh, good for you, man. You got a wood shop? Not in completion, so why the fuck would we get the... Yeah, you're like, yeah. I don't know, man. And if they told us the truth, would anybody believe them after so much bullshit? Was it the 300 blackout? Yeah. Was the round? I don't know. We didn't pull it out. It stunk so bad. I knew it was out there yesterday. Amanda noticed it yesterday afternoon, and it was already swelled up and hot. And I knew that the trash company was coming to move the dumpster. They'll dump the dumpster today. So we went out there with the skid steer, got it in the bucket, and put it in the dumpster today. Basically a 2x on the price of silver over the next year. So we think silver has a massive cup and handle pattern on the chart. Silver will hit 100. You think so? Man, I've heard that so many times. I don't think so, dude. You might be right. I mean, what the fuck do I know? I bought silver when it was $13, and I mean, I bought it way higher than 13 an ounce also, but I bought silver at 13 an ounce. I'm still waiting, but I really don't need one because I'll have to spend another couple grand on the guns that I don't... Oh, we talking about a suppressor, Michael? I recommend just getting the suppressor now. When the $200 goes away, all the suppressors will get bought. Yeah, and not only that, you're going to have a lot of suppressor companies go out of business probably. What is Jesus or Jesus? Alucard. What is Alucard? What is that? How was everybody's day? Did you guys have a good day, man? Have you ever made shooting bags? What are we calling a shooting bag? Like a range bag? I have several bags that work for a range bag. Shooting bag, like a rifle bag. I do build some rifle bag. Chris Hall, what's up, my man? What's going on, dude? Charles Wilson, shit, the whole band's here. Coming your way next week. What's the best day? There is no good day. Just come whenever, man. Just sign a new. Michael Sparks. No day is good. Just come whenever, dude. We film on Wednesday, so we're pretty locked down on Wednesday. But if you show up, you can still come in. Just hang out while we're recording or whatever, and then we film all day Friday also. A lot of suppressor companies are offering $200 off. Yeah, I'll bet. Oh, that's cool. $200 off to cover that. When did they? Is the $200 fee supposed to go away, but you still have to register them? But that doesn't go into effect till the new year. Is that the deal? Everybody above the grass is better than a day below the grass. Hey, y'all had a good day. Felt you're super productive, Paula. Fucking ran fast all day. Today was great. Took today off. Helped a friend who I hadn't seen in a bit. Move some furniture. Right on. I use Kyle. You said you're making sawdust. What's your product, man? You doing furniture or what are you making? I use a large tool bag for a range bag. Goes into effect January. Got it. Went to the gym twice today. I'm sore but pumped. I got so much test running through me that I walk by women, they get pregnant. That's good. That's good. Is your test elevated for a reason, or that's just how you roll? Truck is almost repaired. Right on. Chicken processing day. The meat birds are all in the freezer. How many did you do? We have to, like, when the last time we did chickens, we had so many chickens, we had to put them in ice water first for a long time because it'll just thaw the whole freezer out. Happy birthday to your homie, Dixon Myers. What are you trying to get me to say? Dixon Myers.
Dixon my ass.
Oh, Dixon your ass. That's a weird thing, Christian. If you're gay, whatever, that's cool. You got a place, just not next to me. Like a Cladwell shooting bag. I'm not familiar with it. I don't know what that is. Building a lot of pre-made floating shelves, prepping for custom kitchen. Nice, good. Vulcan cycle, right on. So what are you running? Like test cypionate or test enanthate, or what are you running on top of that? What's the bag you made recently with lots of mag slots? That's the 8 mag war bag less, and I made 3 of them today. I made these 3 woodland ones, and then me and Miranda made a couple yesterday. She threw the faces on those for me, and then I've got a couple over here that I started tonight after everybody left in tiger stripe. I've got a tiger stripe with a black, well, that's like a navy blue, dark blue liner. And then I've got some tiger stripe orange ones also. And I think Cody cut me, I think I got a couple more floating around here somewhere. But that video went live today, which kind of explains it. We get a lot of rage, hate posting and shit posting, which is why I do it, right? 48 mag war bag. And all the internet trolls just crawl out of it. Like, I got 600 comments on, I think it's on the Facebook one. There's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All 3 posted independently. So tons and tons of comment. A lot of traffic. But we made an actual real video that's actually 5.56 long. It's 5 minutes and 56 seconds long. And just describing the bag. Jeff shows you what it'll really hold. And then I kind of just tell you, what the intention of it was. 3 mag war bag is your daily. 4 mag for laptop. Yep, that's right. I forgot all about the 3 mags. How big is that in potatoes? I have no idea. And like that's very deceptive, right? Because we could be talking like new potatoes, or we could be talking like russets or Idaho golds.
Or sweet potatoes.
Sweet taters, which isn't really a tater. You're running, I saw, suspension, Deca, and equipoise. So Deca and equipoise are like the same thing though, right? Pretty close. It's a vet version of Deca. Have you tried Dixon cider? My dick's always in cider. Yeah, I've heard of Dixon cider, and then my buddy made some Dixon cider that was pretty good.
Boy, the retards are out tonight.
Where?
On there.
On here? Nah, these are our guys. I tapped out on the testosterone game for a bit. Feel better off it. Well, then fucking that's great, man. If you feel better without it, by all means. Yeah, I'm running test sip prop and Deca. But I'm just fucking super cruising on it right now. I mean, I just like came back on like a week ago. I'm not taking 400 a week. I was taking like 150 a week, and now I'm coming back up. Jeff is Scully. Yeah, Jeff is Scully. Yep. Not those bags, John. It was maybe a couple months ago. Then that was something you don't make often, where all the space inside of the bag was mag slots. Les, I don't know, buddy. I don't know. The bag I make that carries 24 mags is the 4 mag war bag, and the bag I make that carries 48 is the 8 mag war bag. To give you an idea of size, this can hold 24 mags. And that's just how we just had all the mags in there and showed it. I just run the Deca that's why I run it. Absolutely, yeah. I run the Deca just for joints. And then I don't have access to equipoise. I actually have a prescription for Deca. You have a favorite fixed blade? Striders, man. It's always going to be Striders. There's definitely other good knives out there. Horton makes some badass knives and stuff, but I mean, I've got tons of Striders. 40 count Bakers, the big boys. 4 mag war bag fits 3x6. Trauma bandages, nice, and the flat of the back. Yeah, oh, in the back pocket, yeah. 40 Bakers, that's a good size. War bags look wonderful, ultra versatile, infinitely functional. Is there extra structure in the bag so it stands up when loaded unevenly? No, not really. I mean, it's going to stand up. And also, like, some of the materials stiffer than others. So this is like a 420 pack cloth on the inside with 500 on the outside. And there's nothing in this bag, but as you see, it's standing up, right? Plus, a lot of that has to do with the build, how I assemble it. So this is sewn inside out, and then I flip it, which gives it a seam and hems this way. So this is a super clean edge here. But then I hem this side piece, and I've already edge taped this piece. So there's 4 layers here, which does give it some structure. And then on the back, you also have that pocket, and that pocket has Velcro on both walls inside, and then both walls here have Velcro, which make it a lot stiffer also. But you can collapse the bag in if we need to. We can collapse it inward and then close it, which will give you a lower profile. So if you don't have the bag fully stuffed, the way it's built, it will collapse in, and then once closed, it will hold that shape, right? So if you don't have the bag fully stuffed, it'll still hold the shape of whatever's in the bag. Does that make sense, kind of? Does that help answer the question? I like that orange, reminds me of like a VS17 panel, exactly. That's exactly what it's like. The VS17's still got the pink on one side, orange on the other on a lot of them. And that VS17, like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen a real VS17 panel, but you get that wet and it's next to something, those colors will piss all over whatever else you have it on there. Whereas this will not bleed. This is, it's a 420 pack cloth. Palmetto, what's up? My daughter says to tell you that her SOE day pack is the best gift I ever gave her. Right on, Patrick. Oh, hey, what's up, man, Patrick? Do you think this winter is going to be as bad? Man, they're saying bad, too. And my boy, Dean Conrad, Dean Dupree messaged me and like a month ago, and he's like, hey, man, these are fucking ripe way early. And he had some big fat muscadines. And he goes, that means winter's going to be really bad. And he's like always on that shit. That motherfucker's like the real life farmer's almanac. If Dean says it's going to be bad, I'll bet it's bad. It's bad enough that, like, let's say it's not bad, right? And let's say you put some wood away right now and some blankets and a little bit extra propane and some kerosene. Are you going to wish you didn't have that shit if you end up needing it? Like we all have some time right now to get those preps and not have to go get them all at once. So why don't we just get a little bit each week, especially when people aren't panic buying it? Go top off your fuel cans, top off your kerosene, just take care of that shit. We got a ways till winter right now, and it's not going to hurt as bad as going and doing it all at once for people. So let's just go get it. Like, the propane's not going to go down in price as it gets colder. And they're banning those green cheap Coleman propane tanks. You're going to be paying $20 a bottle for propane because they're making everybody switch over to those reloadable ones. People don't know about how a drought extends in the winter. Yeah. Had 3 cords reads. Just bought 3 more. Right on. Chicken Farmer, hello, how are you? We do need some snowfall this winter. We haven't had a good winter. Yeah. I need some rain. Like water. I love to mow. Like, if I was left to my own devices, I'd mow every week, every other week, and I'd cut right at 2 inches. The last time I mowed, I mowed a little bit. I mowed like a strip just around the perimeter, and I mowed out front, and I mowed it at 6 inches. And then it just completely cooked everything. I've got grass up that's 10 feet tall right now, 8 and 10 feet tall, like weeds and, natural grasses and stuff. And I would cut some areas, but as soon as I cut, the sun just beats everything. When I leave it uncut, everything still stays moist down at the ground. So I've not been cutting. Yeah, we need some rain. We need rain bad at the lake as a foot. Yeah, my pond's super low right now. My pond's probably 24 inches low. Prep for the worst, hope for the... I say that all the time, right? When you're prepping and when you're practicing motocross, right? On those hottest days, when you don't want to ride, when it's 9,500 degrees, that's when you go and you hit the track and practice, right? Because you're going to practice in the worst, and race day is usually not going to be the worst. Lots of Dixon stuff tonight. My God, lots of Dixon stuff tonight. My God. I don't know what you mean. What's that mean, Mycon? What do you mean? Lots of Dixon stuff. I've been buying 30 pounds propane tanks. I have 5 full and 100. So the 30 pounders, those are the barbecue tanks. Is that what those are? 357, what's up? Prep for the worst. Yes, prep for your retirement. Get what Mr. Heater. Get that Mr. Heater with a 20-pound propane tank hose. Yeah. So be aware too when you buy the hose, okay? The propane gums up those hoses. There's a hose where you need to run the filter, and there's another hose that does not have to have the filter. Be cognizant. And just because you have that 20-foot hose and you've got that barbecue tank, test run that motherfucker because you need it. Because I've got 5 or 6 here. Some will run without a pressure regulator. Some won't run. So test that shit and make sure you've got the combination. Like, as soon as you get that hose, test fire that. Oh, the Dixon cider jokes. Got it. You got to use the filter, buy extra filter. Yeah. Yeah. And also be cognizant, like when you do those, okay, so you go get some barbecue tanks, right? What are they? $60, $70 not filled when you buy a new one? You get them off Marketplace or whatever. A lot of times you'll get them with the old fitting where the thread pattern's different. So a lot of places won't fill those. So now you've got this old tank that you got a killer deal. You got this propane tank for $5 but the fill station won't fill it. Take it to Walmart or one of the blue rhinos, right, and just swap it with the kid who doesn't give a shit. He's going to give you a loaded tank. Those loaded tanks, when you buy them at Walmart, they are set to be $18, right? They're not going to be full. You're going to have a half tank, 3/4. But now you have a tank that you can take next time and you can jam it and they'll fill it, right? It's still within hydro and VIP on the tank, just like a scuba tank. So that's the deal. But that bulk tank you get, when you get those blue rhino, that gas is dirty. It will jam up your orifices on your burners and stuff. So be cognizant of that. Have those filters. They're inexpensive, especially when you don't need them. When you need them, you're not going to be able to get them. We're a small sewing company in Florida and are considering expanding into bags. We got a quote from Texas and say probably needs to be made overseas. Do you have any tips on how to... I have no idea, man, especially importing stuff overseas right now, bro. I have no idea where to go with that, especially with the tariffs. I hear so many dudes, not related to sewing, but like reptile stuff, like LED lights and bags of like soil and leaf mulch that's been, what did they call it? What's it called? Pasteurized, right? They bring it up to 200 degrees in these big ovens. And these guys were talking about they had 30 grand worth of product come into port, but then tariffs hit them and it was like 20 grand on top. And the dude he was on the podcast, he's like, man, I would just abandon that thing. He's like, if you abandon a container in port and you don't take delivery, you will never get another container that comes into port, and they will send you to collections on it. So you're still going to have this thing overhead on your credit and shit. So like you're doubly fucked if you don't pay the thing. But like all your LEDs, even if they're assembled in the United States, these LED lights and stuff from the United States, the emitters are still coming from China. I don't know where I would start. I don't even know where to tell you to go for sewing offshore right now. Your shop looks really well lit. Grateful for bright work. Yeah, we have a lot of light. These, when we put them in, these are surface mounted. They're inside. And we ran T5 HOs, but over time, because we don't have ballast now, the ballasts make a lot of heat. So when the lights are on downstairs, it kicks both air sets upstairs on, which takes a lot of electricity. So one by one, we've switched out, like this is still T5s, but now we're replacing them with LEDs. And the LEDs are bright. And then we've got, these are just cheap shop lights from Walmart, but they're super bright. Like we use these all through the place just because they're inexpensive. They need to put them in brokered warehouses right now. Yeah, you can usually get your tanks recertified from a fire station. Really, I didn't know that. We make lots of stuff here successfully, and want to say I just keep getting told you can't compete. That's what they keep saying, but I think you're about to be able to compete, man, when the tariffs, because the tariffs are in effect. Like we're not bringing stuff in offshore, but I'm seeing tons of content where dudes are like, and content creators saying, hey, I bought this stuff off Temu, or I bought this stuff and FedEx dropped it off, or UPS or DHL dropped it off, and they're like, then in the mail, I get a bill for the tariffs, and the tariff's like 75%. So if you bought $1,000 worth of shit and FedEx dropped it off, within a couple weeks, you're going to get a bill for $750 because FedEx, the freight carrier, is collecting the tariff, and the tariff's been in effect. Even though you were able to order it and not pay the tariff when you ordered it, the freight carriers are collecting the tariff. So you're like, well, I just won't pay that. FedEx they'll kill your shit. They'll just stop delivering to you, and they'll still bill you for it. Somebody's going to pay that shit, and eventually it's going to be you. I think you're about to kind of be more competitive. What's the product that you normally make? You said they wanted bags, but what do you normally make? I work in imported steel. And like when you buy steel, that's how fabric's becoming too. They don't give you the price until you order. On the day you order, they're going to give you the market rate plus whatever their percentage is. Your steel is going to fluctuate with the market when you order. I buy used oxyacetylene tanks, argon tanks in marketplace, take them to my local welding supply, pay $35 gas for and just do the swap on the cylinder. Yeah, I was fortunate to get my hands on DJI Air 3 before the yeah, I've got a 4. I've got the 4 Pro. I can't even imagine what the prices on them are right now. You could find your competitors' overseas factories pretty easy, I think. Yep, you could, but the tariffs are the issue, getting that shit in. And I mean, maybe the margins are enough that even with a tariff. And if you go to a major city, I'm sure there's like a SOE district. I know in Los Angeles there was. In San Diego, the garment district, Los Angeles, I would assume Atlanta, Chicago, major cities probably have an area. Fortunate enough to get my hands on DJI Air 3. Sometimes the tariff changes on the watt. Yep, that's what he was talking about. They changed on the way. Mr. Heater recommends you use their auxiliary hose for the larger tanks. Cheap hose. Yeah, I have, and that's what I'm saying. I have Mr. Heater hoses, and I have got Mr. Heater hoses that show on the thing. They're on the shelf at Tractor Supply. When you hook them up, they don't run. You got to have a pressure regulator. And then others have a pressure regulator built on. That's what I'm saying. Just be safe. When you buy those parts, test fire them before you have a storm. Like, I'm the worst, right? I'll buy a bunch of shit, and it'll sit in boxes, and then we'll need it, and we'll be looking around. We're like, where the hell? We know we have them. Just test fire that shit and keep it someplace altogether. We need to put a tariff on California. Just stopping in. Hey, Battle Chemist, what's up, man? Need to sell California back to Mexico. I use customer-owned tanks instead of leasing them. I'm still small one-man setup. Got it. Yeah, the whole point of the tariffs was to equalize U.S.-China prices so that made-in-China goods are priced the same as made-in-USA goods. Yes, unfortunately, there's not an offering for the point of origin on a lot of the U.S.-made shit is still China. Jesse Bidding, I work in imported steel. So do you like work for Hitachi or Crucible or U.S. Steel or you guys like a broker or a middleman or something? We make limb restraints for uncooperative patients, medical, and always struggle. You guys do straight jackets? Is that still a thing, like a retention jacket? I have some actual old asylum straight jackets. I collect like medical shit. Old medical shit, mostly like asylum type stuff. I'm in California. I think Mexico is doing eminent domain. They also have 30-pound tanks that I refill. We want to make bags to store them in, but it's just easier to order from packs. Got it, I understand. Got it, I get it. Just Velcro limb cups. Okay, right on. Man, there's so, like, I had no idea too. I found out years and years ago, but like, there's like Velcro. There's hundreds of kinds of Velcro, like medical grade Velcro. They have like Velcro that you put on for splinting that you can't pull off. You literally, you have to cut it off to remove it for like casting and stuff. Manufacturer steel forklift frames. Tines, got it, okay. Man, my buddy gave me a set of forks for my skid steer. I used it this morning. Like we use forks on our skid steer every other day, at least every other day here. We're using forks all the time. Ice Mike, what's up, buddy? How are you? So yeah, the question earlier was, are the winters really going to be as bad as they're saying? And man, I don't know what happened to it's Ryan. What is it? Ryan Hall. It's Ryan Hall, y'all. That's what he says. And he had us believing we were going to have pipes frozen underground and all kinds of shit last year. So much so I bought 2 triple rinsed IBC totes and filled them with water and kept them in the garage just in case, so we could flush toilets and, you know, run water through filters and stuff. And it wasn't a bad winter at all last year, really, compared to the couple before. Do you have a decent source for saline? No, I don't right now. When the floods hit North Carolina, it wiped out some of the major suppliers, the manufacturers actually, for saline bags. I do not have a good source to buy those in bulk. Homestead Medical's on here. I'll bet he has some, but I don't know what specifically you're looking for. I work at Kubota dealer, and the tariffs on new tractors are crazy. Prices will change 3 times. Yep. Did you check Amazon? Did you check Amazon for the saline bags? Somebody's saying here. Everybody just needs propane dispensers in their driveway. I fill anything I want. Yeah, you do. That is true. I will verify. I've seen the photos. He does in fact have a bulk tank, like a nurse tank like that. Had a hard time getting antibiotics. Everybody, buy fish meds, man. Almost all antibiotics I've used in the last 20 years. I'll go as far as 20 years. All the antibiotics I have taken or used in the last 20 years have all been fish meds. What's your go-to medical bag for bad accident on the property? Vehicle med bags in the vehicles, MCABs. Like, depending where we're going and doing, we'll throw an MCAB in the truck. Do you like mycology? What is mycology? Is that like mushroom stuff? Is that what we're talking about? Canine IV bags are easy to find. Yeah, and they're the same shit. I work at a Kubota dealer. Anthony, I have a SVL 75 with high flow on it. Love it. If you have pipes freeze, bury welding leads. When you fix it, then you can hook a welder up to it and thaw the line. Oh, interesting. Interesting. We run all of our pipes 36 inches. 30 inches is the number. Anytime we're running lines, though, 36 is what we put them at here. When I started growing mushrooms, 90% of my mushrooms got hit with a mold that killed the spores. I have some logs, like people have given me logs. Somebody gave me, who gave me that? Somebody gave me, or maybe it was, they gave Amanda a log that was already inoculated. We do grow mushrooms around here. I don't know shit about mushrooms, though. I like to eat mushrooms if somebody gives them to me on a plate. The mold contains penicillin. Oh, good info. Chew, you got web toes. Ground fog, what's up? Man, we got these fucking little gnats around. We get them every year. This will be about the last of them. So there's a small refinement process in order to make that penicillin content more potent. Does it require equipment? Like laboratory equipment, or make sure it's grounded right before you do it. Switched all the batteries to lithium just because of the degradation of standard batteries. Yeah, if I'm buying batteries and lithium is an option, I only buy lithium batteries. Any idea why tiger stripe material is so rigid? The dye process, the woodland material is pretty rigid too over just a standard single color. The dye process, plus that tiger stripe's coming from a different mill, so I would assume their spray process, they're probably putting a little more polyurethane on it. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. And the Tiger Stripe, I think most of the Tiger Stripe we got when we get rolls is 1,000 because they just don't have the 500. We've gotten 500, but it's stiff, man. I like it. The 75s are nice, but the 97.5 skid steers are nicer and bigger. But yeah, so we had cut out all the trails on the property here and the track and everything. We originally cut with a Tamaguchi or Takahochi or whatever. And I went to buy a 95, and the salesman goes, "John, man, I've been on your property, and all of your trails are cut with a skid steer the equivalent of the 75. I'll totally sell you the 95, but the 95 is what, 18 inches longer, 12 inches wider or something?" And we had cut everything with the smaller skid steer. He's like, "You're just going to have to, open all your trails up." And I'm like, and then after the fact about the def thing, I didn't know about the def, but I'm glad I don't have to fuck with the def too. Do you carry EpiPens in your... I don't. We probably should. None of us have ever needed them. But no, I don't have any EpiPens. You absolutely should, especially if you have them or need them. I like it too. Fabric textures are secret menu on SOE. Yeah, it's a nice, it's kind of coarse too, man. You could almost like sandpaper with it a little bit. You just repeat the process a few times. No, just take a sample of the mold from the colored part and start another batch from that section. So like keeping a starter of sourdough. I'll bring you an EpiPen. If you're gonna bring me one, you might as well bring me 3. That one EpiPen is going to be super lonely. What if we have a whole beehive stuff? I saw a wasp coming out of one of the holes. The kitchen door, we'd put this big steel frame around the door so you couldn't access the actual door frame, which was also metal. We put all metal doors in the building, and then all my inside doors are all solid core wood doors. But I wanted to reinforce this, so we put this big frame up there, and the frame had some holes in it. So the wasps have found these holes, and I saw one come out, and I stepped on him. Well, his friends, he must have squealed or said some wasp noises, because like 5 of them came out, and they just started flying all around. And I'm like swatting them down, and they're kind of getting back and chasing, but I got the can of wasp spray, so I torched them with the wasp spray. The chrysanthemums. I'll pay for them, Chuck. I'll pay you, trade you, whatever. Have they made it lawful to drive through large crowds of protesters? Yeah, they did that like during the George Floyd shit. They sure did. If they try to stop you, you can drive through them. They're not allowed to stop. Now, how that's really going to go, I don't know when it happens, but yeah. 80% of my issues are deaf. Yeah, I've heard that, man. I have heard that. I've also got an old John Deere, like an old. It's only 35 horsepower, but I got a 4-wheel drive John Deere, and that fucking thing starts every single time. We've had it for years and years. It's underpowered, like the bucket doesn't lift enough, but it'll bush hog. And it's 4-wheel drive. That's good info, Dietrich, on the penicillin stuff. Clever. You notice they haven't had a riot season this year. Riot season hasn't started. No cities have been burnt down. It's weird. It's almost like that USAID money stopped funding all the rioters. Doesn't matter. Let the raging crowd surround your car is always... You're absolutely right, James. When all the COVID shit started and the riot, all that bullshit started, we stopped driving cars, put the cars away, and bought the Toyotas. And then we armored up the Toyotas with the bumpers and the plates and everything. Literally, in case we needed to hop a curve, drive over a stop sign, go through the corner. I literally pictured like going through the Starbucks on the corner, driving in the glass lobby and out the other side. That's literally what I pictured when we built the trucks up. Shrek has a great video on Riot Escape, sunroof for the win. Pepper spray fucking really goes a long way too, man. Pepper spray, like it, I think people underrate the value of pepper spray. If you've not been pepper sprayed, man, I had a diesel repair business for 20 years, shut it down because of, yeah, I'll bet, dude. I thought they just killed all that. I thought all that shit's gone now. All the tuning shit's back on, I thought. Bear spray, yeah. But you can buy, and guys, you can buy pepper spray right off Amazon. You can buy it in Walmart. They all Tractor Supply, I saw it the other day. Get you a bunch of the little pepper sprays just to keep in your side doors. Keep them at all your front and back doors. Obviously for home, have bigger ones. But those little pepper sprays, you can put them right in your pocket when you think you might need that thing, or just have it with you all the time. Carry pepper spray, bear spray, 2 different uses. I wonder if there is peptides for preventing allergic reactions to bee sting. I'll bet there's something. When OC is used, you're going to get some yourself. Every time I've sprayed pepper spray, I've got pepper spray on me. Don't stop the vehicle. And really, guys, like, shit happens quickly, right? You've seen that, like, in Black Hawk Down and stuff, for instance. But if you're running Waze, or you're running, like, Apple Maps, or Google Maps. Have you ever been driving along while your GPS is on and they're like, there's debris in the road 1 mile ahead. There's law enforcement on 1 mile ahead. They tell you where the fucking crowds and riots are. Like, you can avoid that shit. 2020, San Diego got nutty. I was using Snapchat as heat map when I had to go on base for yeah. I've been in diesel repair for 7 years, automotive for 17, started a mobile side business last September. Good for you, dude. That's fucking good, man. Do you like it? It clears the sinus. It does clear the sinuses, doesn't it? Now, this is not medical advice, but take a loaf of freshly made bread, let it mold, take a culture of the green section of, got it. John Hamilton, how are you? Orange smoke grenades. Also, Mace Mark Orange, and it freaks people. Oh, gotcha. Ratchet straps run from door handle to door handle works good. Yes, it does. Yeah, it sure does. Works on interior doors too, if you're worried about that. You can ratchet strap it to something. Run, like, you can get a 20-foot ratchet strap. You can wrap it around your door handles, or like if you're staging, like if we're concerned for future use, you can run an eye bolt through the metal door with massive fucking washers, and you can weld it in place once it's there. Off that eye bolt, you can pull that to anything in the interior of the building. John Hamilton, things are good here, man. Things are good. We're gonna we'll do Pulling the Thread podcast tomorrow. We'll do Q&A tomorrow also. So if you're a member on Patreon or a member here on YouTube, jump on, ask your questions. For people that are not familiar, the videos like the Pulling the Thread podcast that Scully and I do, you've probably seen. We do a members video similar to those, and those members videos are based solely off the comments and questions that you guys ask. So we build a video specifically for the members, and it's similar to the others, but it's the question topics you guys want to talk about. I've run more than one stop sign because usual suspects were on both sides of the road. Yep. Shit, we were at like a fucking full-on hot stop in Atlanta. Cops had guns out and shit, and I'm like, run that fucking light. Get the fuck out of here. All right, for guys who weren't here in the beginning, we did multicam large mesh pockets. We did the first batches of 6x12. We've got Highlander going as well as multicam black. So you guys that ordered those will be shipping shortly. We did belt slide holsters in black. We did Tropic zippered knife pouches, Toxic zippered knife pouches. Another batch of 6x6s with flat pockets and Coyote. There's another batch of multicam 2 quarts. We have CQB subloads coming off the line. These come with 2 leg straps and a hanger. These carry 2 M4 mags, 16 rounds of buckshot on a pull-out tray. It does not come with the trays. It will also hold clamped MP5 mags or 3 MP5 mags per pouch. To give you an idea of size, anything similar. We did a couple of 4-mag, or these are 8-mag war bags. These are the bigger ones. They're 6 inches wide. These pockets carry 2 mags each. We did 3 of these today. 2 of them, I believe, are or were on SOE Quick Ship. We did some multicam yesterday. 1 of these was on Quick Ship. I don't know if it's still there. If it is and you order it, it'll ship tomorrow morning. So did slings. We've got a bunch of shit going also. If you go back to the very beginning of the video when this is over, it'll let you rewatch it immediately. And then I've got some Tiger Stripe 4-mag war bags that I started sewing tonight. And these are the, they're not 4-mag, they're 8 mags. They're the bigger ones. Dakota, what's up, man? Rainbow hair 45, don't care. If you keep posting this, I'm not gonna let you have sex with me. That's okay. No, nobody's having sex with you. Even though you're pretending to be a girl, you still got a penis. The more bold the green color, the more penicillin it contains. Take a culture of the boldest green, put it into a petri dish with agar. Then take a culture from the most green part and repeat. Can we build agar? What can we use for agar if we don't actually have agar? That's that gel shit that's in there, right? Like a hard jelly almost, and you put your culture in there and then it grows in the agar. Any bookstores looted during the George Floyd riots? How about libraries? Herbalists and apothecaries would just give people the mold to chew on or ingest depending on symptoms. How do you know this, Dietrich? Like what made you learn this? You guys seen this? That's a fucking badass bag right there. Fully padded foam kit inside. The best. Believe it. How about this one? 48-inch rifle bag. Fully padded inside. Cody was like, "Can I have this bag?" No work boots are stolen. Purple grape drink. Agar can be made from nearly most organic foods. Interesting. That's reminding me I need to order one of those rifle bags. They're not orderable. You just reach out to us. I've got a few like sample builds and stuff that I'm eventually going to put up and list for sale. I got to figure out exactly what they are and make sure all the internals are in them. We just got these bigger double needles today. So we rolled these in and kicked all that shit out of there to have a place to put those. These are all rifle bags right here. Most common is potato starch. Boil potatoes, save the water, let it dry into a gel, and you have agar. Fuck, good info, dude. That's cool, man. I did not know. All right, guys, I'm out. Looks like we're shipping a shitload of oregano oil to somebody. Have you seen my fish? I just got this fish. Oregano infused avocado oil is antibacterial and in stock. There you go. Gar, that's right. All right, guys, I'm out. Nope. But in Chicago, they looted the Louis Vuitton and Rolex. Of course they did. All right, guys, good night. Am I going to paint every scale? I want to paint every scale. Will John Willis actually ever paint every scale? Nah, we'll get like 4 or 5 and I'll be like, fuck this.